you very much, David. My name's Gamiel Yafai, and I've lived in Milton Keynes for 18 years, and I still feel like a newbie. It's quite strange. It's such a fantastic place, and for me, everything I need as a father, as a individual living here, is all here. I got involved in the Parks Trust, as David said, in 2016, and really I became a volunteer sort of trustee. One, because I felt that I could make a huge difference in terms of how we engage with different communities in Milton Keynes, and how we can get more communities engaged with the Parks Trust. My role as a trustee is really to be a guardian of the charitable purpose for the Parks Trust. And that purpose is to create a beautiful and inspirational parks, lakes, and landscapes that will be loved by the people of Milton Keynes forever. And I think we're getting there. We're very, very close to it. You know, it's great to see so many people here this evening, because it shows the interest in the parks, in the lakes, in the Parks Trust, and all the support that we have around here. Each of the trustees has, say, a specialist area, and that's one of the beauties of being a trustee here, is that everybody, every single individual that's a trustee has or are a subject matter expert. They bring something unique to the board. Mine is in the area of diversity and inclusion. I've been a diversity and inclusion strategist for 18 years, and that is literally working with communities, identifying gaps, identifying barriers that stop people engaging or using facilities that are widely available, but for either cultural reasons or whatever, they don't take advantage. So my role is to, I'd say, twofold. One, to try and support the Parks Trust and help it diversify from a staff perspective, to try and diversify the volunteer base that we have, which is phenomenal. And yet we don't have many individuals from ethnic minority backgrounds. But that doesn't mean that we can't get them. The other area is to actually help communities become more aware of what's actually available for them. You know, individuals will know of Willen, Thurston, but there is so much more out there that, you know, people just don't know about. And it's really important that, you know, we actually get out there and we start encouraging more people, or we're raising awareness of what is available in Milton Keynes to those different communities. As Dave said, we're growing. I mean, you know, the diversity of Milton Keynes is phenomenal. You know, we're probably looking at something like 35% of Milton Keynes from ethnic minority backgrounds. There are a number of schools in Milton Keynes that one, I think it's St Monica's, has got 75%, and St Paul's something in the region of 85 to 90% of its students. We are changing, and now it's about how do we embrace that change? How do we maximise on the potential of those, you know, individuals and some of those youngsters who are growing up with what I call bicultural competencies. They are, you know, essentially they're growing up in a white environment, but they've got so much knowledge about their own cultures and backgrounds, and when you bring all of that together, it creates a rich mix and creates change that we need as a city. And through some of the work that we've been doing, one of the projects that we started almost 2 years ago was an ambassador program. And that was to engage with leaders in communities, managers of mosques, synagogues, temples, Asian women's projects, African Caribbean centres, and to literally work with those ambassadors. So we've now got 39 ambassadors who, as I say, represent a huge amount of the minority communities in Milton Keynes. And part of their role is to promote the Parks Trust, to start talking about what the Parks Trust does, how it supports their community, both in terms of physical activities and mental health. And I'm sure all of you are aware of the benefits that, you know, all of this open space contributes to our health. So the ambassadors, as I say, they take information out from us and they promote it within their communities. Last year we had a phenomenal year in terms of engagement, and this year, and the engagement teams have been phenomenal in what they've managed to achieve. I run my own business, and I think I work really, really hard until I come here, and suddenly I realise that we have such a special team here. So last year we ran with the ambassadors. We had our first MK Mela organised by the Hindu Association. We had our first Diaspora Day or Africa Day, which promoted the different continents of Africa, and a brilliant opportunity for everybody to find out more about those different communities and how those communities have not just embraced Milton Keynes, but are now developing and supporting, and in some places guiding the direction of Milton Keynes. But it's really important that all of us engage together, and it'd be great to see more of you at some of those events. We've got the World Picnic coming up, I believe that's next week. That's another great opportunity to engage. One of my other roles is to try and encourage more people from different backgrounds to actually engage in becoming a trustee. And I'm also a trustee for a number of other organisations, and excuse the plug, David, but I'm a trustee for Community Action, and we've managed to get new trustees on board at Community Action from minority backgrounds. And I'm also I chaired the Homelessness Partnership for, I'd say, about 18 months, and now we're changing it into a charity, but I'm still going to be a trustee there. But it's really important that we try and encourage more people to actually become trustees. And if they don't want to be trustees, they can be volunteers for all of those organisations. One of the beauties of being a trustee is that you learn more, and David will probably start charging me now, but you actually learn more competencies, and you learn so much more than anybody can realise from those other groups of expertise that are part of the Parks Trust and part of the Board of Trustees. We've got a new trustee position coming up over the next few months, and anybody, if you feel you've got the right knowledge, I believe the skill set that we require for that new trustee will be around business and commercial. So if anybody here has got business and commercial experience, please look out for the adverts. But ultimately, you can see from the photographs, or what were the photographs, some of the, I've seen all the eyes sort of here on the TVs, but you can see some of the activities that we're starting to generate that are different from those that we've had before. So for me, I'd just like to thank all of my fellow trustees who have been absolutely brilliant. I'd like to thank the Parks Trust itself for welcoming me on board and actually making me feel as if not just being a part, but I feel as if I belong to the Parks Trust. So again, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.